Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TCG Talk, back today with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Chi, the newest mechanic that has been hinted at for the Part the Misspell set, which will involve all three heroes, New, Zen, and Enigma, and something that is going to fuel their abilities, as it were. We're going to talk about it, get your feedback as a community. I screenshot some of the comments that you all had on my most recent community post and just kind of put our 10 hats on and have some fun with it and get your thoughts as well if you haven't already given your opinion in the community post. So we'll get right into it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoy your stay. Feel free to check out the Discord down below as well as my channel membership. We're up to 23 channel members already. Y'all are crazy. For everyone who's been doing it, I haven't taken the time in a start of a video to thank you personally. It's been really fun. The channel has been growing insanely in the last month and a half, and I love y'all's encouragement and y'all's positivity. Please keep it up. And specifically for the channel members, I shipped out all the playmat and the card giveaway to this week, and I'm going to be doing one at the end of this month as well. So hopefully you're all enjoying those. If you're a long-standing supporter as well, thank you so much as always. Feel free to check out everything down below. We'll get right into it. So Chi. This was the picture I screen capped, but I also wanted to show the article where LSS talked about Chi. So Chi says, empty your mind, let your essence ebb, let it flow, become one with everything and one with nothing, transcend beyond the manifestation of the physical. Find your inner Chi, find your inner self. Part the Misspell introduces Chi, a new type of resource unique to the mystic talent. But it says, but discovery of one's inner Chi is a journey that takes time. For some, a lifetime. Many journeys begin and few complete. For those who journey deep within themselves and reach the crossroads of harmony between mind, body, and soul, transcendence awaits. So that's what they had about Chi. They didn't really give anything else. But as you can see, it's hinted at with the three blue resources, similar to pitching a blue. It said instead of red, they are blue. Bringing up the heroes here, I'm gonna bring up two of them. I don't have Enigma shown, but all three heroes have abilities that revolve around Chi. So as you can see, Zen says once per turn instant, use 3 Chi, however that's going to happen. Create a crouching tiger in your hand, search your deck with card with combo, banish it, then shuffle. You may play it this turn. New has a instant, doesn't say once per turn. Instant, pay 3 Chi, look at the top card of the opposing hero's deck. If it's a blue, you may banish it. Until the end of turn, you may play blue cards from that hero's banish zone without paying their mana cost. So your attacks with stealth banish cards upon resolution, the action cards that are defending it. So basically you pay 3 Chi to look through your opponent's banish zone and play out blue cards without paying their mana cost, which if you can find cards with go again, it gets really crazy. Like I did the example of if you could get lucky against a Guardian and play Tear Asunder into Debilitate basically for the cost of 3 Chi, right? Super, super powerful. So what is Chi? And there's been a couple different things. A couple things I want to bring up that are really interesting points before we get into y'all's comments is, one, as you notice, like some of them are once per turn and some of them are not. I believe Zen, obviously, and then also I believe Enigma, which allows her to create a spectral shield with a +1 counter. Those are only once per turn instance, right? New, though, can do it both several times if she has the ability to do so. So I think Chi is not going to be something that's scarcely created. I think it's going to be something that's pretty intuitive and can be created at a pretty decent rate. Otherwise, why would you limit Zen's capability to once per turn? Maybe to prevent him from stacking it late game. Maybe that's the reason. So you can't just make a bunch of stack your Chi and then make a crap ton of crouching tigers and tutor 6 times in a turn. That's probably actually the reason. But I do think Chi, in my personal opinion, will be pretty consistently made. Maybe not as much as resources, but it's something that's going to be kind of in the middle, right? I don't think it's going to be something that you only do a couple times per game. Because in the case of Zen, right, if you only could activate this ability 2 or 3 times a game, 3 or 4 times a game, I don't think it's good because, what's the point? Just play Katsu, right? Why would I, Katsu threatens Zen's ability pretty much every turn. He just has to hit. Zen has to be able to keep up with that rate, in my opinion. So that's just how I'll look at it. But if we take away the heroes here for a second, we'll pull up the comments for you all. I pulled some of y'all's comments in the community post as well as a couple in the Discord, and I tried to pull ones that had different comments. So if you don't see your comment, it's probably because you just duplicated with another person, and I only had one. So I don't know how to pronounce that. We're just going to call you Car. Car said, special type of resource. My guess is maybe it does not empty from the pool, but is a difficult to obtain. Imagine illusionist aura or equip that says the first time your turn, your permanent reward or card is destroyed, gain 1 chi. So this could be something, the key takeaway from Car's comment that I think is really interesting is I could see it being where it's like each hero has a different specific way of generating chi. Maybe Zen's specific way is like Mask Momentum. I've saw someone on my Discord say where it's like if you've hit this many times in this turn, create 1 chi, right? So if you do these long strings, let's say it's every 2 hits per turn is a chi. I'm just going to give a RAM number. And you hit twice, you create 2, or 4 times that turn, 4 links, you hit, make 2 chi. And maybe Zen's whole thing is creating these long strings that are annoying to block, and then you create chi, and then you're able to go get tutors off of that, right? That's one. The enigmas could be every time something with war is destroyed, or every 3rd time, maybe every time something with war is destroyed, you put a counter on equipment, and then you take the counter off to create chi or whatever. That could be interesting. And then news could be every time you banish a blue card, you create a chi, right? Based off equipment. But it would have to be intuitive to their equipment to do that, since it's not on the face of their hero abilities. It's got to be something with the equipment, and that would really stifle it. So I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm just saying it's going to be really interesting to do that, because you would have to really stifle it with the equipment, and basically you'd have to play that equipment. You couldn't play anything else, right? So that's one thought. Next one is by Etienne. Y'all have crazy names. 8412. What if Mystic cards are double-sided, with one side being regular and the regular red resource when pitched, and the other side is blue chi resource? When you pitch them the first time, you get to turn them so they unlock chi for the second cycle. Really not sure about this, but that would be a fun way to transcribe the way of Long Journey. So this is really cool. I don't know if this is, probably the most likely scenario, but it's really, really awesome. The issue with this is you'd have to turn it when you pitch it, and then they'd have to do a rules reprise, which I think so. My personal thing I thought it was Mystic cards will also pitch for chi, right? They'll have 3 resources at the top right, like you normally see, but in the bottom in like a text box, it'll say this card is worth 3 chi, right? Or whatever. I think they're going to have to do it like that. They couldn't just make it blue to red resources, because then you'd have a rules reprise they'd have to change, because if you have a card that costs 3 regular resources, but your flip card now only pitches for chi, you'd have to say something in the rules of chi cannot pitch for regular resources, which is cool because it would create a deck building restriction that you'd have to manage, but it'd be a little bit confusing, I think. So for that, if it does go the route of chi is a pitchable resource, this card is worth 3 chi when you pitch it, I think it's going to be worth 3 regular resources, if it's a blue, and then in the bottom text box, it's going to be have a keyword, Transcendence. When you pitch this card, you may activate it for 3 chi instead of 3 resources. That's a possibility. A little bit hard, but it's really interesting. Next one's by Fafa. I have a work in progress theory. In LSS's post about the collection, in the section about chi, the website say reach the crossroads of harmony between body, mind, soul. Transcendence awaits. Transcendence is written in bold, which makes me think it'll be a new keyword, and this keyword generates chi. Yeah, like I just said, I agree with you on that. I think that's a possibility. I think anything with the keyword Transcendence will allow you to maybe put in a soul, maybe, or pitch for chi. I think that might be a good option. Next one's by Andre. I feel like it will be cards that require certain conditions to be met in order to pitch them to become chi. Card that we already have like that could be thematically tied into this could be Nourishing Emptiness, which is an attack that has certain conditions to be met for full potential. Chi thematically states that one must empty their mind, tied to Nourishing Emptiness, in my opinion. That makes sense. And find true self. This, I believe, means deck building so that in order to gain chi on these heroes, one will have a lot of options but uses only some of them. Sort of like ninjas only play a few combo lines and not all of them. So you're basically saying that in order to unlock chi on the card, you have to fulfill a requirement, right? So, again, if you've hit 3 times this combat chain, when you pitch this card, create a chi or whatever. I could see that. They'd have to be not too gate-keepy, right? If it was too crazy of a requirement and she was too hard to generate, because that's the biggest thing with this, right? Like if I pull up the heroes just for 2 seconds here, these heroes are going to have to be activated. Like Nu's top ability is insane, and it doesn't require you to generate a lot of chi and still be effective, right? But you want to play her second ability. That's what makes her really good, right? Depending on the matchup. Maybe different heroes are going to be able to generate chi easier than others. I think I saw someone, I forgot who it was in the Discord. Please comment below if you're the one who said this. I think like Nu seems to be the most powerful innately. I think Nu's going to have the hardest time generating chi. Zen's kind of in the middle, and then Enigma's going to generate chi like a mofo because she's going to have to make spectral shields to like generate value. So it could be like some of these decks are going to be harder to generate than others. But it also depends on how many Mystic specific cards we have that aren't tied to a class, like just Mystic cards. Yeah, there could be something along the lines of like generating a requirement in order to get that chi, whether you're playing with the card, whether it's an on hit, whether it's a pitch requirement, similar to how Runeblade has pitch requirements for attack or non-attacks. That'd be really interesting. Red Cloud, a member of the channel. Red Cloud, what's up? Can you see a couple ways? Can see a couple ways they do it. One is the Mystic cards will pitch for chi, like we said. Seems like the easiest way and keeps the card pool more limited. Second, you reveal a Mystic card when you pitch. Diffuse the pitch with the chi 3 cards and make chi under conditions. Example, when this hits, make X chi. Or when you defend with this, create chi. If they do, I hope this chi is more permanent or storable. Yeah, that's so... A couple things for you. Yeah, an on hit or an on block make chi would be kind of cool. The fuse, I don't know if they'll do that. I think they're going to try to do something new and unique, not to what Tails was. But I do agree. I hope you can store chi, and I think you're going to be able to, personally. Since Zen says once per turn instant, create a crouching dagger in your banish zone and then search a card with combo. The reason that's once per turn is, in my opinion, is because either A, you're going to be able to generate more than 3 chi in a turn because that means you could technically do it twice, but they don't want you to because of how powerful that ability is. Or you're going to be able to store chi because they don't want like a Zen not using chi for 8 turns, just blocking out and then going and getting 5 cards and then comboing the crap out of people, right? So I think that's definitely an option as well. Ray, another channel member. Ray gifted 5 subs in the live this week. Unbelievable. Ray, you're awesome. I think the best theory I've seen is it being akin to Snowlands and MTG. And Magic the Gathering, for anyone who's not aware. Snowlands can cover the mana cost of anything, but only Snowlands can cover the cost of snow cards. It has to be in some way that it can be generated on an opponent's turns because Nu's ability seems like it can be done on any turn. And it has to be something you can make a lot of because Nu's ability isn't once per turn, implying there's a way to make it at least 6 per turn. So a couple things here. One, I can see the Snowlands thing. And again, I think if they do that route, I think it's just going to have the same 3 resources above for like a blue. But then the on hit or the on block or something in the text is going to find a way to generate chi. When it comes to being able to make a lot in one turn, that was my original thought too, was like since it's not once per turn since it is once per turn for Zen, maybe there's ways to make a lot of it in one turn, but they also could be just allowing you to stack it. Because if you think about Nu's ability, like you only have to activate it once that turn. You don't have to activate it multiple times because you can't bottom their card, which is why I think Nu's didn't have to be once per turn. Or once per turn, because like you're never going to activate that more than once anyway. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason to, unless they like somehow draw a card and you can see a new card, right? I do think you're going to be able to store it, but I don't think you're going to be able to make a ton of it because I don't think they want you to just constantly be able to activate those abilities every single turn. I think it's going to be like a mid-rangey, like every 2 to 3 turns type thing. That's my opinion personally. With the exception of Enigma. I think Enigma's going to be able to do it every turn because I think Enigma's going to be really resource-focused. And then we have Reg from the Discord. What if Chi works like Soul? Seems like it should be semi-difficult to do. I agree. I think Soul is another option as well. Some type of way to put it under your hero as Soul or as Chi in this case. You know, when you pitch this card after the Chain Link resolves, put it in your hero's Soul, right? It could be something like that. Or generate 3 Chi underneath your hero, whatever the case may be. Chi could be a token. We don't even know. Probably not, but it could just be like you know, silver or anything else, right? That is an interesting thought as well. So that's that. So yeah, that's all the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. I think the 3 leading theories for me, and all these could be wrong, is 1, your cards, just Mystic cards specifically, can pitch for resources or chi. I think the second thing that's probable is the soul-like thing, where if you pitch it, it hits, it blocks, whatever the case may be. It says put it in your hero soul, and then you can store chi that way. I saw another one actually that said like leftover resources on Mystic cards at the end of your combat phase could be put in chi, because you have to empty your mind and body and soul, and maybe like if you have 1 resource flowing, then that goes into chi. That's another one. And then I think another likely one is just on hit, on block stuff. Like the cards themselves say, if this hits, generate chi. If this is the second card to hit in a row, generate chi. Like for Zen, it could say, I'm just going to use the Surging Strike line. If it's a Mystic Whelming Gust Wave, it says, if Surging Strike was the last card this combat chain, this gets +1 go again, and on hit, create 2 chi, right? It could be something like that. Definitely an option. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. It's really interesting. I'm really excited to see what it is. I hope we're all wrong in a way, and it's something cool and unique and fun. But let me know if anything that we did not cover in this video that you think it might be. Definitely shoot us a comment down below. Share your thoughts, share your ideas. Let's have some fun with it. And yeah, if you like this type of content, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If not me, it's totally fine. Go to another creator, leave a like, comment, subscribe on their stuff. Let's get more people seeing this game. Let me know what you want to see in the comments down below, and I'll see y'all next time on TCG Talk.